Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and change the oil on a 2002 Dodge Intrepid. It's been about 5,000 miles since it's been changed, so it needs one. So it's pretty damn hot. I drove it from my apartment to here, which is about 15 minutes. So it's going to be hot as hell when I get under there. But so we'll see how that works. It may be a little too hot right now to do. For some reason this car gets really hot really fast, and it just smells hot. You know what I mean? It's just a hot smell. Not a burning smell or anything, it's just hot. So and it gets hot real quick. Like I said, 15 minutes, so it's already pretty warm. So we'll go ahead and take y'all under there. We got a new filter. Got ourselves a Fram Tough Guard filter. Got a filter wrench, just a standard filter wrench. This one's a flex handle. And we got sockets and stuff. So the first thing you're going to want to do, put it up on jacks, as you can see. Got it up on there. When you put it up there, make sure you put your parking brake on. You're going to want to then take your oil engine plug where you fill in your oil. We'll take that out, just so it'll drain a little bit quicker. You're going to want to have the car warm, not necessarily hot like this is, but warm is always good. It drains the oil out a little quicker. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this. And also another thing, I don't know if you can see it under there, but there's an oil drain pan, and you're going to want one of those as well. And yeah, so let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and take the oil plug out in the bottom and drain it out. Alright guys, so we're underneath the car. So your oil drain plug is going to be directly like mid-center of the car. So if you look at the license plate, look straight back, you're going to see your, it's going to be like a case. It's flat on the bottom, and then there'll be a plug right to the, if you're looking towards the car, it'll be on the left side, and then your filter will be right here. And that's a little tight in here to get this filter out, but I'll show you a quick way to get it out. And now these things, this is usually pretty tight on here, and not because I put it on tight, but usually because it just like seals real tight on it. So we'll see what happens here. Now it may not be as, there you go, it wasn't too bad. Now, so loosen it a little bit, and then you should be able to undo it by hand. And then hopefully y'all can still see. Let me make sure with the drain. You're okay. Alright. So you always want to put the drain plug a little bit back, or the oil pan a little bit behind your plug, and then it'll let it drain out. Now be careful not, son of a gun, that is hot. Now this one's gonna be real hot, so it kind of sucks. Probably should put some gloves on, but you know. Now don't drop your little oil plug into the oil. You only do it once. So and if you keep constant pressure on it, this way, lateral pressure, I think that's lateral, it'll keep it from oil from like shooting out. So if you push in on it, and so ready, and there you go. Okay, that was really hot. Woo! But that's the bad thing about doing that. So, but you see how quick it drains out here? That's because how hot it is. Now this is some black oil. This is like what comes out of the ground in black. Black gold, what they call it. So, Go ahead and let that drain for a couple minutes, and yeah, you can see how dark that oil is, so it definitely needs to change. They recommend changing on this car every 2,500 miles, but I haven't had time lately, so it's a little overdue, but not what the oil was stand for, you know what I mean? So so yeah, we're gonna let this drain some, and we shall talk to y'all. Well, I don't know, I guess we can start on the filter now. Let's go ahead and do the filter. So, you got your filter wrench. Just gonna be a little wrench like this. Now, I like them with the handle like this, just a little bit easier to do. So you're gonna want to put it on, and then let's see. I'm gonna make sure you want to tighten it. So hold on. So when you want to tighten it, you go this way, which then therefore, so we want to go this way, so we can go like this. If you can see that. So, put it on. I like to tighten it up almost right to it by the time you, so that when you do tighten it, and there you go. Now you got it. This one, since it's such in a tight spot, you're gonna have to do it a couple times to get it loose. Now I'm hoping this isn't gonna be real hot, but it may be. So we'll see. Okay. There we go. Oh yeah, that's hot. Hold on a second. Let me get a rag. I should be wearing gloves, but I think they're in my other truck, so I'll just use a rag. And then you can do it by hand. Now, oil is going to come out when you take this off, which it's doing right now. Now, if you can, try not to drop this in the oil, but yeah, just don't drop it in the oil because it's, ow, son of a bitch, that's hot. Alright, let it drain a little bit. Woo! Yeehaw! Ah, that's hot. I'll burn myself. Ugh. Okay. And this one has some pretty deep threads on it, so come on, baby. Unscrew. There we go, and it's free. So, now this pan, hold up, don't drain on the ground. It has a little place you can put the oil. Now this rag is pretty much done, so I'm just gonna set it right there. But not a big deal, you can always get more rags, ain't that right? Alright, so, see if we can get you under here to see some. So, I'm getting you all oily, so there is your, right in there. So, you always want to check out that gasket up there. Just make sure it's not, you know, all brittle and shit. And then that's where it goes. So you can see a little bit this side, you can see what it looks like. Now that's going to be dripping for a couple more minutes. And, yeah, so let's go ahead and we'll set you back. Oh, man. Make sure you're looking at something productive, I guess. Okay. Now, you take your other oil filter. This one's a Frame Tough Guard. And they say to put a little bit of oil on the O-ring. I'll go ahead and do some, I guess, a little bit. And then go ahead and thread it back up on there. Make sure you don't cross thread these. Usually you won't because it's a big enough bolt, but if you do cross them, it can be a little bad. And you don't want to over tighten these, so you want to get them tight as you can on your hand, with your hand. Which usually you can almost actually tighten them by hand, but I like to give them a little bit of a snug. Okay. Now you take your winch, winch again. You want to make sure you want to tighten it so it tight. When it wraps around it, it tightens this way. So we're gonna want to go this way with it. So now it's gonna be opposite of wrong way, sorry. You know, opposite of the way you took it off. And just do it a couple times. Okay, one more. Maybe not. There you go. Okay. So not too tight, but not too loose. You know, you don't want it falling down the road, but you don't want to break any seals or anything. And then we'll go ahead and put our plug back on. It's still dripping a little bit, but it'll be okay. So a little bit of oil in there shouldn't hurt too bad. So just clean it off in there. Make sure you don't have anything. If you really want to, you can dip it into threads to get a little bit of oil on it. Not gonna hurt. Don't know how much it's gonna really help, but so then you screw in there. I usually just do it till it's hand tight and tighten it up a little bit. Now you don't want to tighten these too much. Same like it's just the same as the oil plug or the oil filter. Sorry. You know, you don't want to tighten it too much, but you don't want to have it real loose either. I like to clean it off right around there so I can see if any oil leaks when I put new in. And that's probably tight enough right there. I mean, I'm not pushing too hard. So I don't want to go like this. And we are done. Ow. We are done down here, guys. That's pretty much it. Make sure you don't have any drips or anything coming out. And that's that, guys. So that's the underneath part. We'll go ahead and shut you off right here. I'm gonna actually get the car off these ramps because you don't get an accurate reading. And I'm not gonna start it, of course. But if I just put it in neutral, it'll ride right back off the ramps. So that's what I usually do, just so you have an accurate reading. So, yep, let's go ahead and do that, and we shall talk to you in a minute. Alright guys, so what's going on? Got her down off the ramps onto the ground, and you can see how black that oil was. Very black oil. But yeah, so we got her off the ramps, just pushed her back. Not a big deal. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna, refill it. I can't remember how much it takes. I know it's less than a full 5.5 or 5 plus is what they call it. One of these guys. So what I'm using in this is Valvoline Max Life 10W40. I don't really know what weight this probably calls for, but that's what I put in. So I'm gonna put it in. Nice gold oil. This spout where you fill is a real pain in the ass on this car. So I have to use a real skinny funnel to get it down in there. Just pain. Pain in the ass. But if you can hear that real light humming, it's like woo woo woo. Y'all hear it? You may not, the camera might not pick it up. But we have these little things called cicadas. And they look real bad this year. And yeah, they're just bad. They're everywhere, and they make these little mating call noises. Ridiculous. So I'm just gonna put the whole thing in here because it was down to about here. I had to use a little bit the other day, so I'm just gonna put this whole thing in. That's about four quarts, a little bit more. let it drain out. And then once that drains, we'll go ahead and get a measurement of it. And get every little last bit in there. Now I save these big cans because what I do is I put the old oil that came out of the car into these, and then we just throw these away. Because you're supposed to like mix it with sawdust and everything else. And, yeah. But I guess while we're waiting on that, we can look at this. Look at the engine of this car a little bit. It's kind of weird the way they put it in. It's a, I think it's a 2.7 liter, 4-cylinder, or maybe it's a 6. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's a good little running car. It's got 125,000 on it. I put about 40,000 on it in the last probably year. It's been a year since I've got it. So, and then your battery's way down yonder. If you can see that little blue sticker, that's your battery. So you got your battery, your air box, which I think is pretty good. And so if you ever need to jump start it, you have to take these little terminals and jump start it that way, because you can't even get to the damn battery. It's really tight in here. As you can see, there's like no room to work. So to get to anything, you have to like take the whole damn car apart. I mean, like, look at that room. No room. So, and then this little right there, that was replaced. We had to replace that. It's a, what's the sensor? Some O2 sensor or something like that. Or gas, air, I don't know. It's a stupid sensor. But it was bad. And it was, car started knocking and stuff. So I had to replace that. Plus we also replaced the water pump in it. Because that was what was wrong with the car. And so I got it. And it was a company car. And, they gave it, they said I could have it. It sat for like a year and a half, 2 years, and the water pump was bad. So they said if you fix it or whatnot, you can have it. So, you know, whatever, deal, awesome. So put that in. It was like $1,000 to put the water pump in a new timing chain. But that's because I disassembled like fenders and shit. I haven't done plugs on it yet. It probably will need it. Actually, it's a 6-cylinder. Because here's your plugs and coil packs right here. So you got 3 and 3. And then there's your air intake. And I don't know what the line on this thing is. I'm not going to check it right now because it's hot. But I mean, it's a good low running car. Doesn't have a whole bunch of ass in it, but you know, it's okay. These headlights were totally, since it sat for so long, they were like all like filmed over, and you really couldn't see with them. So I was gonna replace them anyways, but I hit a deer about 6 months ago, and you can see that little, maybe not, hold on, this little crinkle right there. It's crinkled down a little bit, and then you see this little bit in here. Let's see. Yeah, you can kind of see that. It's just a little bump right there, and then right here. You can see it kind of caught this and bent that in a little bit. But what happened was it hit the deer, and if you can look at the profile of the car, it's real like down. So it hit the deer. The deer like flipped up over the car like 20 feet in the air, landed, killed the deer. But when I guess it must have hit him like right here, foot or something hit the headlight, busted out the headlight. So I had to get new headlights. So I put one headlight in for like $100, and then I got another headlight for the other side. And then this little scuff, someone did that used to work for us. And there, I don't know if you can see all this little black stuff right in here. It's tar or something. I guess someone ran over, like they just tarred a road or something. And but it's a good little running car. It's got some nice room in it. It's actually a 6-seater. You can fit 3 in the back, 3 in the front. Which 3 in the front would be tight as hell. It's got a sunroof, big ass trunk. I mean, like, you can fit like 3-4 dead bodies in here. And then the trunk opens up. Got a full-size spare in it. You know, nice tires on it, nice rims. Those are newer tires, and then these are new tires. They were done about 10,000 miles ago. And the only bad thing about this car is it has a little bit of a shimmy in it when you brake. I don't know what it is. I've replaced the brakes, rotors, the cylinder pump, or the brake cylinder pump on that side. We've had it aligned. I can't tell what it is. It's always done it, so beats the hell out of me. So, but other than that, good little running car. So okay, let's check it. That was funny. There were 2 different colors on the stick. I don't know if you can see. You can't see, but it's about half full. So I'm gonna throw in about another quart. Go ahead and do that. Oil, and this is just Quaker State 10W40. Not the same type, but whatever. I'm not running synthetic, so it really doesn't matter what type of oil you put in. So we'll go there to there. So put a little bit in there, and we're done. See how much that was. And we'll put a little bit more. Now, this car does burn a little bit of oil. It's not too bad. So every oil change, you may have to put in about a quart throughout the 3,000 miles or 5,000, you know, whatever. So you may have to put in 1 more quart. So, which isn't too bad considering my mom's Cadillac. You have to put probably 2 of these in every oil change. I mean, that thing burns like an unbelievable amount of oil. And it's nothing that she does or how she drives or anything. It's just the car. It's the stupidest thing. But we did get the transmission or the transfer case fixed on that. Someone replaced the chain inside of it. So that's good. It's running a lot better. Except for now the plugs probably need to be redone in it. Because I keep fouling out because it's burning so much damn oil. It must have a gasket leak somewhere is what I think. But, you know. So, alright, we'll let that set a minute, check it, and we'll start it. What was I going to say? The engine light came on this car about a week ago. I'm not really sure why. But, I'll leave you on there and check it in a sec. But, hey, whatever. We'll see. I can't really tell the difference, so I think it's either a sensor. Actually, I didn't check this, which, you know, some of these stupid cars will do this. Make sure this is on tight. That's what it was. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Well, see, I said something stupid. And it very well was. What happens if you don't have those on there, the air sensors will get on. It's just stupid shit. So, I wonder how. I don't think I filled it up. I think someone else filled it up. So, probably forgot to do it. I may have. I don't know. I'll blame someone else first. So, go ahead and start her up now. Let's check her first. I told you it was something stupid. Alright, so it's a little bit over, which isn't too bad because it still has to go through the engine. So, we'll start it. Yeah, that's plenty. Usually if you fill it just a little bit over your stick, it'll eventually run down into the engine. And, so, I guess we'll leave you on there, start it. But it's a quiet running engine, good running engine. So hey, it gets me where I need to go. It gets about 25 miles per gallon. It's got a tornado air twister in there. It's supposed to ease the air circulation on the engine. I don't know. That's what they say. I've noticed a little bit of a difference in it, but we'll see. Is that it? That's it. Now, if you really want to, you can then put it back up on your stands, and then check it again to see if you know, it's leaking anything. It's not leaking. I've done this oil change multiple times. So there's your damn oil light. Know your engine. Now, usually this is how I go by how to change my oil, since I don't have these little stickers just laying around. You probably buy some, I just haven't, I don't. So I'll clear this. There you go. So, because this car doesn't really, I don't use that any other time. Now my truck, I'm going to need to get some of those for my truck, because I use the Trip for work a lot. But yeah, it's a little kind of spacious car. Yeah, just basic little 4-door car. So go over what we used. It's a 2002 Dodge Intrepid. This is 2.7. So we used a 5+ quart of max life high mileage, and one of these should fill it right up. Maybe a little bit less. Let's see, we used a 13mm wrench on a 3/8 socket, 13mm socket on a 3/8 wrench. Just a standard oil filter, OEM 25371. So just standard. With a flex handle, you don't need it, but it's nice. Let's see. Rag, oil pan. Put a flame filter on there, Tough Guard, and this is a TG16, just standard filter. Funnel, a long funnel just so it goes in there, and a drain pan, oil pan, and some ramps. That's about it, guys. Not too long. If I wouldn't have been talking so much, probably could have done this in 10-20 minutes. So no need to, you know, take it to Valvoline or wherever they change your oil, or Walmart or whatever, because they're gonna charge you like $40 to change your oil, when it cost me a $5 filter. So you can get probably both of those. If you go to AutoZone, you get them on sale for like $20 all together. It's like $20, and then 10 minutes of your time if you have these. And you don't even really need the, well, this car, I don't know if you could do it without ramps on this car, since it's so low to the ground. But if you're a small guy, I don't think I could get under there. But like my truck, I don't really need them, because it's a truck. So yeah, 10 minutes of your time, $20, you can do it yourself. Not a hard thing to do. So yep, we shall talk to y'all later, and have a good one. Rate, comment, subscribe, and yeah, we will talk to y'all later. Have a good one.